I never thought of entering into the field of law. My father made me fill the form of CLAT. There was a particular seminar which was conducted by Alok sir, and I decided I will dedicate my life into the service of the nation. And I decided that I will join Ambition Law Institute. I am Nilesh Bhardwaj. I have secured 61st rank in Bihar Judicial Services. I never thought of entering into the field of law. I was actually preparing for engineering. But what happened was that unfortunately I was diagnosed with a disease. So I was ill for 3-4 months. During this particular time period, my father made me fill the form of CLAT. And when I appeared for the exam, I was very much inspired as to the setup, the infrastructure and everything ancillary connected with it. And therein I decided that I will move towards the field of law. I started preparing for the exams, and eventually I took admission in Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, which is affiliated to Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, New Delhi. I think I was destined to become a judicial officer because up till the last year of my college, rather the last internship, I was very much excited towards becoming a lawyer. But it was during my last internship under the then acting Chief Justice of Honorable Delhi High Court, Justice Geeta Mittal ma'am, that I was very much inspired and motivated by her work, and I decided that I will dedicate my life into the service of the nation. And as fate had it, the God opened a door for me, and there was a particular seminar which was conducted by Alok sir, and I decided that I will join Ambition Law Institute. So when I started going to the classes in Ambition, it was a major shift from my daily routine because the people I had in college, the people with whom I used to sit were my very good friends. But everyone here sitting around me was largely my competitor. And more often than not, they will try to pass on a knowledge which is very negative and very confusing. But I never allowed these negativity to enter into my system, and I focused on whatever teachers were teaching. I was very serious, I was very dedicated from the very inception. I realized that you cannot take class lectures in a very casual manner, and I used to read on daily basis whatever was taught in the class. The relationship between me and the teachers over there was not merely professional but was also personal. I remember a specific scenario wherein after failing in UP's interview, I texted Alok sir, who happens to be the director and the founder of Ambition, that sir, I could not make it in the final list. The message of sir was he replied very promptly within a few seconds that no issues, I see you as a topper and you should keep working hard, you'll get there. And at another space of time, he stated that you shall come and meet me on the very, I think after 2-3 hours, he texted on his own that you shall come and meet me. So I met him on that specific day on which he directed, and on that day there was a girl who had already qualified in UP. But what sir did was very full of humanity and was very noble act, because sir, instead of talking to her first, guided me first, and sir filled me with lot of optimism, lot of hope, and I realized that one should not only be a very good teacher but also a very good person, and I will inculcate these qualities of his in my judicial life as well. The most important thing which I personally feel about Ambition was the tricks and techniques as shared by the teachers of Ambition. I remember one specific tricks, and it should not be considered as an exhaustive one. There is one question which was asked in UP's mains as regards section 41 of CRPC. If any student of law will appreciate that section 41 is a very long section, and the sir shared a very easy trick to remember. He said, remember the word SIPSODA. C stands for any person in the presence of a police officer commits a cognizable offence. I, against whom information has been obtained that he has committed a cognizable offence. P, who is a proclaimed offender. D, deserter, and so on. So these tricks and techniques are very helpful in longer run, because since we are reading many sections and many provisions and many acts, it becomes very difficult to remember everything all at once. And what is also more important is that not just the teachers of the Ambition, but even the members, the entire team of the Ambition has been very helpful. Despite my failing in UP, I contacted them and said, sir, that I need this material. They were always happy to provide me the material. I remember prior to my Bihar's interview, I said this to Vijay sir that I'm very nervous, and he said, you will get through this time. He gave me his blessings personally. He has stood with me in very difficult times. I'm very, very, very glad that I had the honor and privilege of knowing Vijay sir. I will be committing a very grave mistake if I fail to take the name of Babita ma'am. She has also been very helpful and has supported me like anything. As we all know, judicial services consist of 3 phases: exam, preliminary, mains exam, and the interview. And the competition is such a cutthroat that even if you miss by 1 mark, it will be very difficult to have your name in the final list. And ambition has helped me at all these 3 stages. For preliminary, we used to get a daily set of 25 questions on daily basis, which we used to solve. I have never scored more than 15, 16, 17 out of 25. But eventually, what happens is when you score less in the exams as conducted by coaching, you become more cautious and you realize that you have to work harder. So that ways, I was a person who was never overconfident. As regards as mains, the answers were dictated by sir. At times, the answers as written by me were even corrected by teachers over there. For interview, we had extensive mock sessions. I remember I had 3 mock sessions prior to UP's interview. I was grilled like anything, and I find one of the interviews as been conducted during the UP's mock was more difficult than any other interview I have ever been part of. And even during Bihar's interview, there was 1 mock session, and it was quite helpful because one question came directly from it by stroke of luck. What we have to understand is that for cracking competitive exams like judicial services, we don't have to read many materials. We have to focus on only one material, and we have to revise it again and again. Fortunately, I had brilliant class notes and even exceptional supplements to the class lectures, which were in the form of the material. And I did not rely upon anything apart from those. So in my humble opinion, those notes are not just sufficient, but more than enough for qualifying with a good rank in any competitive exam that is pertaining to judiciary. As a child, I read many books, but I don't remember what I read there. But I remember one specific thing which my mother often told me, and that was that no matter how dark clouds are, it cannot hold sun for long. Illustrating it better, the clouds are your difficulties. Those difficulties can be in the form of the fact that you will fail at times, you will fail many a times, or you will become ill. But you have to understand that you are a sun and you have to rise again. And there are people who will stand with you, which inter alia will include your family members, your teachers, and your friends. So you never has to lose hope, and you have to keep giving your best. Always ensure that you are never 99%. You're not just 99%, but rather 100% while you're preparing for judicial services, and you will get through. All the best. I'm certain of your success. The dress I'm wearing is not just a matter of honor, but also is filled with immense responsibility. I have prayed to Almighty, rather I have been praying to the Almighty to make me worthy of the office I am about to hold. I hope that when you become a judge, you don't do that only to fulfill your personal dream or aspiration, but also give something back to the society. Remember that your true allegiance lies to serving the greater good.